Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into the incredible details behind a life-saving emergency flood kit that costs just $30. It's all about how a smart, budget-conscious kit turned disaster into survival during a flash flood in Western Port, Maryland.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, $30? That's surprisingly affordable for something that saved lives.
Right, it's like, uh, when the flood hit on May 13th, 2025, nearly 100 people got trapped inside a school because of swift, overwhelming floodwaters. They had no idea that a
Yep,
meticulously planned
exactly.
emergency kit, built on a shoestring budget, was about to make a dramatic difference.
Yeah, and what really caught my eye is that the kit packs so many key essentials without costing a fortune. It's truly clever design, from waterproof document pouches to portable water filters.
For sure. So let's break it down. The kit includes stuff like a waterproof document pouch for ID and insurance papers, which was only about $3.49. This was critical because, during the flood, survivors avoided the nightmare of losing crucial paperwork.
Mm. And then there's the water solutions. They used a portable filtration straw costing $5.99, along with a collapsible water container for $2.50. It's like water safety on a budget.
Exactly. It's like, uh, making every dollar work for your life. Imagine, in that 72-hour emergency scenario, having a filtration system that filters over 1,000 gallons. That's
Yep,
incredible.
that's impressive. And not to miss the emergency lighting. A hand crank flashlight, priced at just $4.99, can provide up to 30 minutes of light after just 1 minute of cranking. That's a game changer during a flood when batteries fail.
You got it. This flashlight not only lights the way, but also helps in signaling rescue teams, especially in dark, stormy conditions. You know, it's kind of like, um, turning manual effort into crucial, life-saving light.
Exactly. When we look at the kit's warmth and shelter section, the inclusion of emergency mylar blankets and a poncho for just $4.75 is so practical. Those blankets, according to the reports, reflected about 90% of your body heat.
Right. It's, astonishing how such inexpensive materials can still deliver life-saving warmth. Really, in those moments when water-soaked clothing becomes a risk factor for hypothermia, these items make all the difference.
And don't forget the first aid essentials. A compact first aid kit for $8.25. Why, that's almost like a mini emergency hospital in a waterproof case.
Absolutely. Yes. And these kits included waterproof bandages, antiseptic wipes, and even things like trauma scissors and tweezers. They really thought of everything to prevent infections from contaminated water.
Yep. It seems like honestly the whole strategy centers on focusing on core functionality rather than flashy extras. But do you think the budget options really hold up against premium alternatives?
Great question. I mean, our comprehensive tests compared, say, a $5.99 water filter with a $49.99 premium one. The premium option filtered out a minuscule extra 0.09% of contaminants, which, in a real emergency, doesn't really matter much.
I see that. That's quite a revelation. It really challenges the idea that more expensive always means better performance.
Mm-hmm. And the waterproof storage tests? They compared a budget dry bag at $3.99 with a premium waterproof case costing nearly $25. Although the premium was slightly more convenient, both kept contents dry for 24 hours.
Indeed, it's like the kit's entire philosophy is built on doing exactly what's needed. No more, no less.
Right. And another brilliant piece was the hand crank flashlights. Batteries can be a downfall since, um, they corrode or die unexpectedly when wet. This design
Exactly. Lights
bypasses
that
that
work when wet are a
completely.
lifesaver. And if we look at the emergency food section, they managed to include stuff like ration bars and peanut butter packets for under $6 per person for a 3-day supply. That's seriously practical.
Yes, it's like they're thinking, what's the most calorie dense, long lasting food without adding fluff?
Right.
Plus, the focus on using items you might already have, like repurposing waterproof food containers or using dry bags, is really intuitive.
This really emphasizes that a kit doesn't always mean buying new premium items. Sometimes it's about resourcefulness.
And going beyond the kit itself, there's this fascinating aspect of community resilience. Bulk purchasing with neighbors and sharing skills through community workshops turns individual preparedness into a network of support.
Exactly, the sense of community here is so crucial. Now, while I agree with the overall concept, I've got to respectfully challenge one thing. Isn't it a bit risky to rely so heavily on a budget kit, considering premium items sometimes offer those extra margins of safety in unexpected situations?
That's a fair point to consider. But the key here is understanding that in most real life emergency timeframes, like during the Maryland flood's critical 72 hours, the extra premium features don't yield significant practical advantages. It's about ensuring that you have the essentials to get by until help arrives.
That makes sense. True, it seems the balance is in prioritizing core functionality and knowing that these budget tested items can be um, just as effective as the high end ones under actual emergency conditions.
Exactly. And the transparency on testing really reinforces that. They even compared water filtration efficiency, waterproof storage capabilities, and durability of items like mylar blankets and first aid essentials. In many instances, the budget versions performed remarkably close to, or on par with, their expensive counterparts.
Right on. One aspect I find really interesting is the location strategy. They shared that storing your kit strategically, like on an elevated floor or near exits, can make a huge difference.
Yes, definitely. It's almost like having a grab and go system prearranged. If you're aware of where your supplies are located in relation to potential evacuation routes, you can avoid the pitfall of kits becoming inaccessible when the water starts rising.
Absolutely. And it's so important for everyone in a household to know where the kit is stored and how to use it. That can alleviate a lot of panic during a crisis.
Right, and the kit assembly process itself is another highlight. They emphasize creating a checklist and scheduling regular maintenance. That way, you're not only prepared, but also ensuring that nothing's expired or damaged when disaster strikes.
Mm, what a detailed approach. From building the kit to um, fostering community skills and neighborhood planning, it really paints a complete picture of, comprehensive emergency preparedness.
Yes, it's not just about having the items. It's about having an organized system, with each component playing its part, like how the waterproof pouch protects documents, the food and water ensure you have sustenance, and the communication tools, such as an emergency radio or a signaling whistle, keep you connected.
Right, interconnected critical components. And think about the psychological aspect. When you know you have a kit that's not just a random collection of luxe items, but something that um, practically works, it boosts your confidence and calmness in a crisis.
Indeed, it's like having a safety net, you know? The kit, by focusing on essentials, creates a sense of preparedness that can, uh, quite literally, be a lifesaver, as evidenced by
Yeah,
what
that's really
happened in
reassuring.
Western Port.
We also see that the strategy encourages personalization. Each family is advised to add things like prescription medications, comfort items for kids, and even supplies for pets. That personal touch really ensures the kit meets unique family needs.
Exactly, it's not just a one size fits all approach. It's like you start with this solid $30 foundation, and then you build upon it based on your personal situation and regional risks.
Right, very tailored. And let's not overlook the cost barrier that this approach overcomes. Commercial kits often run $100 to $200, which puts them out of reach for a lot of people. This affordability is a major win for democratizing safety.
Absolutely. It shines a light on how a focused investment in the essentials and smart purchasing strategies can close um, that dangerous preparedness gap. It's about ensuring even those with limited resources can be ready in an emergency.
Totally agreed. And on a final note, the emphasis on community resilience through bulk purchasing, skill sharing, and neighborhood planning really rounds out the conversation. Rather than each family struggling alone, there's a collective effort to bolster overall safety.
Yes, that's the beauty of it. When you combine individual preparedness with community efforts, You create a robust network that can withstand disasters far better than isolated efforts. It's a message that goes way beyond just the kit itself.
Exactly. This conversation truly lays out the blueprint for not only surviving a flood, but also for empowering communities to face such emergencies head on.
Right on. So, whether you're in a high-risk flood zone or not, assembling a budget-friendly emergency kit seems like a no-brainer, an investment with potentially life-saving returns.
Absolutely. All right, folks, that's our deep dive into the $30 flood survival kit. Stay prepared, know your supplies, and take action. Because a little preparation can really go a long way.
Thanks for joining in this detailed discussion. Remember, preparedness is ongoing, and even a small, smart kit can make all the difference when disaster strikes. Stay safe out there.